each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good morning, everybody. All right. All right. Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's having a good day. Come here. I'll play with my cats till people come on. Come here, kitten. Holy crap. Maybe I had to put the camera down a little bit. Look at that there. Look at that there, boys. So today we are going to be talking about planting the seed. Yes, we are. Planting the seed. All right, welcome to the Daily Trudge. I'm Dion. Good to see you. I run the Daily Trudge. Been doing Daily Trudge for 3.5 years now. And all right, people are coming on. So see, it's that 2-minute mark. The 2-minute mark is the sweet spot. And that's why I kind of get the full length song, because then I can just play it and I'll be set up by the time it's done. And that's a good idea. I should just find somebody to go ahead and record it. So, all right. If you're here, please say hello. Hello, Melissa. Good to see you, honey. All right. Today we're talking about planting the seed. What is planting the seed? That is just, some days it is more refreshing than others. Today's one of those messages. Oh, I didn't think you were ignoring me, Melissa. I know you got things going on. So reach out when you can. No biggie. So I would say that planting a seed is probably something that I do more than anything. It's probably the type of service work that I do more than anything out of everything that I do. And why is that? Because when the person finally decides that enough is enough and that they've hit their bottom, then they know where to go and what to do. Okay. Now, I'll put this in a way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do everything in my power to ruin your drinking career. I'm going to. Not like getting text messages at 3 o'clock on Saturday morning. Fuck you, Dion, and your program. Right. Well, how do we go about this? What do we do? Because a lot of times, what we talk and say, oh, they're just not willing. That it is your job to plant the seed. Okay. I'm going to read out of Working with Others a little bit here. Continue to speak of alcoholism as an illness, a fatal malady. Talk about the conditions of the body and mind which accompany it. Keep his attention focused mainly on your personal experience. Explain that many are doomed who have never realized their predicament. Doctors are rightly loath to tell alcoholic patients the whole story unless it will serve some good purpose. But you may talk to him about the hopelessness of alcoholism because you offer a solution. You will soon have your friend admitting he has many, if not all, the traits of the alcoholic. If his own doctor is willing to tell him that he's an alcoholic, so much the better. Even though your protege may not have entirely admitted his condition, he has become very curious to know how you got well. Let him ask that question, if he will. Tell him exactly what happened to you. Okay? I was just working with somebody, and we're working step one, and I asked him, you know, Why did you get sober? What made you decide to come back to AA? What happened? You know, 95% of it was treatment talk, and then we got down to it. You know, sometimes if you talk enough, you can. Because what I do is I find out why people got sober, so that when you call me wondering if you can drink, I'm going to say something like, "Have you seen your daughter?" I'm gonna put it right back in front of you. Okay. Stress the spiritual feature freely. If the man be agnostic or atheist, make an emphatic that he does not have to agree with your conception of God. He can choose any conception he likes, provided it makes sense to him. The main thing is that he be willing to believe in a power greater than himself and that he live by spiritual principles. All right, now I'm going to go to page 95. Unless your friend wants to talk further about himself, do not wear out your welcome. Give a chance to think it over. If you do stay, let him steer the conversation in any direction he likes. Sometimes the new man is anxious to proceed at once, and you may be tempted to let him do so. This is sometimes a mistake. If he has trouble later, he is likely to say you rushed him. You will be most successful with alcoholics if you do not exhibit any passion for crusade or reform. Right? Cheerleading. Cheerleading will get you in a shit ton of trouble. Hey, you are a guide. That's it. If if you're giving people a tour and you're a guide and they go off the beaten path, it's their own fucking problem. There's not much you can do about that. Hey, hey, Lori, good to see you. Um, sometimes and you may be tempted to let them do so. This is a mistake. If you have trouble, you will be most successful with the alcoholics if you do not exhibit any passion or crusade. Never talk down to an alcoholic from any moral or spiritual hilltop. Simply lay out the kit of spiritual tools for his inspection. Show him how they worked for you. Offer him friendship and fellowship. Tell him that if he wants to get well, you will do anything. You will do anything to help. The key here is this: is that we're going to them, we're talking to them without anything in return. If you are cheerleading, if you are crusading, they're going to hop on that crusade and they're going to miss a lot of stuff here. So if he is not interested in your solution, if he expects you only as to act as a banker for his financial difficulties, or a nurse for his sprees, you may have to drop him until he changes his mind. This he may do after he gets hurt some more. So during that year time, and you don't want to, like when I say I'm going to do everything I can to ruin your drinking, that doesn't mean that I want to tick you off so bad that you don't come back. I also work a certain way with certain, like with my sponsees, I tell them it doesn't matter what happens, call me. Right? That's the worst thing, and tell your sponsees that if you drink again, if you relapse, call me. I'm a forever guy. I've never fired a sponsee. I've never fired a client, ever. Because what happens is if they don't want to do the work, they just go away. I don't have to do anything. Right? But I let them know, no matter what, you come back, man. There was one other. I think it was right here. And this is on step 1. They talk about it in here. It was obviously necessary to raise the bomb the rest of us had to hit to the point where it would hit them. By going back in our own drinking histories, we could show that years before we realized it were out of control, that our drinking was no more than a mere habit, that it was indeed the beginning of a fatal progression. They said it really good in here too, and now I lost it. Okay. Either way, what planting the seed does is it lets the person, maybe they're not done yet, but what it does is it lets them know that they're welcome to come back. Okay. Um, quick here. Lori has something to say. I think she was just checking in. Just wanted to view before our drug court staffing and court appearance starts. Oh, cool. It was good to see you. Planting the seed is also service work. You could be 2-3 weeks sober and be talking with a new person and still, share with them why you got sober. In fact, you may even have a better chance than me because you guys are closer in time. So you might feel a better connection to them. Okay. There's nothing wrong with having friends in the program, but let's remember that we're all sick. Okay. So don't get together and make each other sicker. If you're going to get together and you're both new, maybe hit meetings together or stuff. Do things like that where you're doing things together, but you're both working your own program, because the key of all this is living in the solution and being an example. Right? That's how we get a lot of other people sober, is we lead by example. And one of those things is planting the seed. Keep coming back. It works. 90 meetings in 90 days. This is what we're geared for. Why do we say those things? Because we know for a fact that if you decide to thoroughly follow this path, that things will happen in your life that will amaze you more than anything you've ever thought of. I guarantee it. I'll guarantee you we're not selling suits now. Men's Warehouse. Is he still around? All right. Well, I thought I had a lot more on this topic, but I guess I do not. So, shirts are for sale. Go buy one. Oh, the club. Yes, the recovery club. Speaking of which, I don't know that Lori's on anymore, but Lori really helped me yesterday with figuring out what groups to bring in for the recovery club. And I really, really appreciate it, because now we're bringing in some family stuff too, which I think is we need it. I know a lot of professionals do family stuff, so we can utilize a lot of things. Um, it's really neat. I'm not overly excited about it because it is what it is. Um, but I am happy. I am happy. Um, I'm excited um, because we're creating more service work. That's what makes me happy. Creating service work. Not just doing service work, but creating it, because we can always use more service work. There's there's no end to it, right? Um, already, yeah, I'm gonna be calling the Aurora PD next couple weeks. Once I find a place, I need a warehouse. God, give me a freaking warehouse. All right, I'm not allowed to pray for myself, so if you guys could do that part, that's cool. Even then, I feel like that's selfish. So maybe just pray for guidance and direction, and for it to do it in my time. Right. All right. Thank you for being here. Melissa, I'll hear from you soon. Lori, thanks again for all your help. All right. I appreciate it. I'm glad we're still friends, honey. I love you. All right. We'll talk to you guys soon. Peace out and have a day. I think I'm losing my voice. No, shit.